Okay, reshooting this Medsurg video. It's about prioritizing. Um, Probably one of a series, and I'm trying second of the series I'm trying to do for Medsurg because I realize, and I'm commenting a lot on ICU and ER and all that, and I'm like, I'm a Medsurg nurse. I should be commenting on my stuff, right? But my girlfriend and daughter are ICU nurses, so I pick their brains about that stuff, and I have friends in ICU, so we would do that. But the last video, the first of the series I did, and I touched on the subject before of what med-surg nurses need to learn as we enter the profession. And I think in the last video I kind of emphasized time management, and time management will be the litmus test of whether or not you get released on your own as a nurse. Because if you can't be on your own, you can't manage your own time. No business is going to let you go, whether it's nursing or teacher or a soldier or whatever. You can't be trusted on your own to manage your own time. You're not going to ever be on your own. You're always going to be an apprentice. You're always going to be under preceptor or what have you. So that really is the end all be all of being an independent nurse, right? But there are other skill sets that you need to learn in that orientation time, that onboarding time. You're going to still hone them throughout your career. Time management even. Probably assessment is probably your most valuable and most important skill, and you're going to learn that till the day you retire. That's from day one to day last, because you're always learning. Every patient is different. Every situation is different. Same patient, different day, different, right? So assessment is going to be something you're always going to learn. Time management is you're always going to hone it a little bit, tweak it a little bit. Charting, that always changes, Med Pass, that changes too, because not every Med Pass is the same. But prioritizing is probably the first skill set you're going to really have to somewhat master before even progressing very far. Definitely before you get out of orientation precept. Because, if you can't prioritize your own patients, you're still stuck in nursing school, basically. You need to learn to prioritize which patients need to be seen first. Yeah, I mean, it's different. If you're a private nurse, you got one patient, it's okay, I'm going to but you still need to prioritize which procedure, which med, whatever you're going to do first in that sense. But typically you're going to be given an assignment. Even ICU nurses get 1 to 2 patients, sometimes get more. You're going to be seeing what you have to do. Like I said, even a NICU, you might get 1-to-1s, but sometimes they get 2. I've seen NICU nurses get up to 4 assignments. Now, a couple of them are what they call feeder babies. You just feed them and change them, poop. They eat and poop, eat and poop, eat and poop. Easy. The other 2 typically are hard or whatever, difficult. That's a lot of assignment, though. Really should be limited to 1 or 2. I've heard 1-to-1 assignments getting another. I was like, wait a minute, that's the definition of 1-to-1. Is that different in the nursing world? That's just the way it goes, right? That's healthcare. Unfortunately. But prioritizing what you have to do, which patient you have to see, is going to be your most important skill that you learn right away. You need to know this right away, because that kind of lays the foundations for everything else. Somewhat in there is also assessment, but like I said, I'm not going to go into all these other ones. I'm trying to compartmentalize all this so that just like these, compartmentalizing stuff. This is my kids' game wall. That's what you have to do, though. You have to kind of see their acuity, see their severity, and deal with it, and kind of look a little bit into the future on how it could turn badly. The stable patient, that's great, no problem, but they're on heavy seizure meds. That one's going to be first in your med pass. You might say, well, they're stable and I'll give it to them at a time. But if you notice, like, wait a minute, they're getting 1,500 Keppra, 300 Lamictal, maybe phenobarb, then you're like, yo, this could, the brain could explode. I mean, what the is that? If it's 100 milligrams of Keppra, all right, yeah, it's maintenance. We'll deal with it. Yes, they're a seizure patient, but it's PO. It's no problem. Okay, I'll deal with it. No problem. You get 1,500 IV. You get, Lamictal IV. You get, all that stuff. You're gonna, oh shit, this is a problem. Maybe they even want to stagger it a little bit. That you have to deal with. They might be stable, but they need that med. So you've got to also look into what the patients are getting and why. So this is where experience and me telling new nurses to go in early, you don't have that ability to pick out so quickly. Experienced nurses do. And that's why I say the blunt crayon nurses, like my girlfriend, yeah, she knows. She could see it at a glance. I mean, she tells me stories of she has coworkers. They could smell sepsis coming. They're like, it's going to go sepsis in about a day or two. Sure enough, us, we're like, is the lactic over 2.5? That's the only way I know. That's, and you're like, well, it went to 4. And you react then, like, I need some flu bolus. All that. RT. They already knew. They already prepared stuff. They kind of avoided that, New nurses, we need a little bit more help. We need a little bit more time. You need to delve into the whys of why they're getting these meds. It's not just why, a lot of times, so why are we giving this guy Colace? Is this so important? Why is he getting 200 milligrams of Colace? I can wait on that. Maybe not. 200 milligrams of Colace is a little bit more than normal. Maybe he's getting 300. I don't know, whatever, right? We don't want them creating intracranial pressure and popping up another stroke. You have to know a little bit. You're like, it's stool softener, right? I've had many nurses come to me and say, well, I just skipped that. I was like, why? I don't want him pooping. I was like, I don't want him having a stroke. I don't want him squeeze, because the guy's a little whatever. He's going to push his poop out and he's going to pop a vein. Give it to him. If he's got little stools, then don't have to worry about it. But if his stools are a little solid or whatever, give it to him anyway. There's a reason for things. And you might not be like, it's Colace, for God's sakes. You can get this at CVS without a prescription. But there are reasons. You have to kind of prioritize, know a little bit more about your patients and prioritize whys. Even if they're simple, very innocuous looking drugs, you got to know a little bit of the reason. I mean, the guy getting 10 milligrams of Lipitor and a multivite, I'm not going to worry about. You're right. That guy, unless he's getting the 10 milligrams of Lipitor and his thiamine, his B complex, whatever, and we're trying to keep him out of withdrawal. He's a CWAP patient. Then it's getting a little bit more into it. You don't want him getting into hepatic encephalopathy or whatever. Brain's gone. But there's more reasoning behind stuff. So you have to be able to suss all that stuff out. Prioritize which one and then address it. And it might be stable, but you want to address it so that it doesn't become an issue for you later on. And they're quick. So if they're stable but they need their meds and they're quick, they're all POs, knock it out. Or jury rig it so that, okay, you're getting your IV Keppra right now. I can go to number 3. Number 1's getting Keppra. I'm going to go to number 3 for their cardiac meds. Oh, they don't have their vital signs. Get their vital signs, please. I'll jump to this guy getting glycemic issues. All right. And on that note, with the dogs, I'll cut this video short so that you guys realize, kind of think about that a little bit. Give me feedback. See how you guys like these Medsurg general nursing videos, because these are general nursing videos. Basically, this is the nuts and bolts, foundational stuff of nursing. You learn this stuff, become a Medsurg nurse. Then later on, you can try being an OR nurse, ICU nurse, peds nurse, and what have you, nurse, hospice nurse, oncology nurse, and et cetera, et cetera. But the basic foundational stuff, this is what you learn right after nursing school. Okay? Good luck.